What if I told you that one simple scoop you can stir into your morning coffee could, quite literally, help reverse the slipping strength of aging muscle? Imagine Sophie in Berlin, sipping her espresso, feeling her body betray her. Joints stiff, muscles fading, energy drained. Then, bam! She adds this powder, and months later, she's walking upstairs with ease, reclaiming her confidence. Sound like a miracle? It's not magic, but the science is real. And today, I'm going to take you on a journey into why seniors across Europe are quietly transforming their coffee ritual. And in doing so, whispering not yet to age itself. Hi, I'm your guide at Wisewell, and this is your invitation to change your morning and maybe your life. Let's begin with a story. Meet Luca, 72, living in Rome. He's proud of his independence, cooking, walking, gardening. But recently he's noticed he's slower to stand, loses balance, leans on railings more often. He jokes, "Maybe I'm turning into a bench potato." But inside he's frightened. Is this the start of decline? That decline, muscle wasting, frailty has a name: sarcopenia. In Europe, many seniors slowly lose 1 to 2% of their muscle mass per year after age 50. That may not sound dramatic day to day, but compounding over a decade or two, it erodes strength, stamina, and independence. You may have seen it. Grandparents who used to chase grandkids now clutch railings. Friends who used to dance now take 2 flights of stairs slowly. It's not just about aesthetics. It's about living fully, without fear of falling, without surrendering to weakness. Here's the shocker. Simple black coffee, beloved by many across Europe, might not be enough, and in some ways, may even stress your muscles without the right support. Coffee is almost a ritual across the continent. Paris mornings, cafes in Vienna, espresso in Milan. It's part of life's rhythm. Coffee does offer perks: alertness, mild metabolic boost, antioxidants. But here's the twist. Without the right allies, caffeine can stress your body, especially as you age. It can slightly increase cortisol, your stress hormone, which, if left unchecked, may contribute to muscle breakdown rather than repair. Think of your muscles as a garden. Coffee alone is like sun, necessary, but if too intense, without water and nutrients, your plant's wilting. You need soil, fertilizer, watering, and gentle sun. That soil and fertilizer in your body come from key nutrients, protective compounds, anti-inflammatories. In plain terms, drinking coffee alone may leave your muscles thirsty. But add the right support, the right powder, and the coffee becomes your partner in restoration, not your adversary. Let me introduce you to the star of our story, a nutrient-rich powder that seniors are silently stirring into their morning brew. This powder combines anti-inflammatory botanicals, bioavailable minerals, and muscle-protecting compounds. Think turmeric, black pepper, collagen boosters, a dash of adaptogens, and signposts to support muscle protein synthesis. Why this combination? Because aging brings challenges. Inflammation tends to rise with age, sometimes quietly. Hormonal signals weaken, less growth hormone, less IGF-1 sensitivity. Nutrient absorption declines, especially minerals and antioxidants. Recovery slows and muscle breakdown accelerates. So this powder is like a shield and a repair kit. It tackles inflammation, supports muscle-building pathways, and gives your body raw materials to rebuild. Let's walk through 6 powerhouse ingredients, each with a clear role. Then I'll show you how Sophie in Berlin, Alex in Paris, and Luca in Rome all used it, and how perhaps you can too. Turmeric and black pepper, the curcumin synergy. Turmeric is a potent anti-inflammatory. It quiets chronic, low-grade inflammation that often sabotages muscle repair. Black pepper enhances absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. Turning it from a whisper to a shout in your bloodstream. Together, they reduce inflammatory signals that suppress muscle growth. Bonus: they support joint health, brain function, and metabolic balance. Next, collagen peptides and glycine. Collagen gives your tendons, joints, connective tissue, and skin resilience. Glycine, a building block of collagen, also helps with sleep, detoxification, and cellular repair. As we age, collagen production declines, Supplementing it helps your body bridge the gap. Magnesium bisglycinate, an essential mineral for muscle contraction, relaxation, energy production, and protein synthesis. The bisglycinate form is gentle on digestion and better absorbed, crucial when absorption tends to weaken with age. Then L-leucine, or the branched-chain amino acids, BCAAs. Leucine is the signaler. It tells your muscles, it's time to build. Seniors often need higher leucine thresholds to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. A modest dose in the morning brew helps prime your muscles to respond to daily movement or light exercise. Adaptogen blend, ashwagandha, rhodiola, and eleuthero. Adaptogens help your body manage stress, reduce cortisol spikes, and stabilize mood. They also may enhance endurance and recovery, especially helpful if your muscles are under strain. Think of them as muscle mood stabilizers. And finally, vitamin D3, K2, and zinc in microdose. Vitamin D3 is not just for bones. It's integral to muscle function, immune health, and hormonal regulation. K2 helps direct calcium to your bones, not your arteries. Zinc supports protein synthesis and hormonal balance. Together, they fortify the foundation upon which muscle repair thrives. Why they're best in blend form, stirred into coffee. The heat helps activate some compounds. Spreading your micronutrients throughout the day helps absorption. It turns your ritual, that morning coffee, into a daily act of restoration. Theory is great. Stories make it real. Sophie, 68, loved cycling through Berlin's canals. But after a difficult year caring for her mother, she felt crushed, exhausted, weak, sometimes tearful over muscles that once felt strong. One morning she reluctantly stirred in the powder. 2 months later, she noticed. She hopped onto her bike, no huffing. She climbed stairs. She cried a joyful cry, realizing she wasn't broken. She was rebuilding. Alex, 70, from Paris, never cared much for supplements. But when his knees started failing him mid-walk from the Louvre to the Seine, he panicked. He added the powder. He made a few modest changes. Posture drills, gentle strength moves. 6 weeks in, he walked 45 minutes through the city, no joint pain. He said, "I feel like I'm 30 again, but wiser." And Luca in Rome, remember him? He added the powder. He paired it with resistance bands, stretching, and light walking. At the 12-week mark, his doctor told him his muscle mass increased by almost 2%, his balance improved, and his inflammation dropped. He joked, "Now I greet stairs like old friends, not enemies." These aren't fairy tales. They are outcomes you can aim for with time, consistency, and the right tools. Here's how to turn your daily brew into your muscle ally. 1 cup of your preferred coffee, black or lightly milky. 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of the powder blend, turmeric, collagen, magnesium, leucine, adaptogens D3, K2, zinc. A pinch of optional cinnamon or cocoa for flavor. Optional. A splash of plant milk. Brew your coffee. Dissolve the powder in a few tablespoons of warm coffee. Stir into a smooth paste. Pour the rest of the coffee in while stirring gently. Add flavor if you wish, but keep sugar minimal. Sip, enjoy, and sit with gratitude. You're investing in strength. Start with 1/2 teaspoon for a week, then increase to 1. If you take medications or have conditions, check with your doctor first. And remember, the powder helps, but doesn't replace movement, nutrition, and sleep. Now let's touch the science without putting you to sleep. Curcumin and piperine reduce inflammation and support recovery. Leucine helps trigger muscle synthesis in older adults. Collagen and glycine repair connective tissue. Magnesium aids relaxation and protein synthesis. Adaptogens reduce cortisol, helping recovery. Vitamin D3, K2, and zinc support bone and muscle health. Together, they build resilience. But let's talk doubts. Because maybe you're wondering, will this be a miracle overnight? No. Real change takes weeks. Many notice subtle shifts in 2 to 4 weeks. More energy, fewer aches, better sleep. Is it safe? Usually, yes. But if you're on medication or have conditions, always check first. Hate supplements? This isn't pills. It's nutrition in your coffee, familiar, simple. Too old? Never. The body responds even in your 70s and 80s. Worried about exercise? Don't be. Just gentle consistency, resistance bands, small walks, that's enough. Here's your gentle 90-day rebuild plan. Weeks 1 to 2, half teaspoon daily, light walks, good sleep. Weeks 3 to 6, 1 teaspoon daily, add gentle resistance work, focus on protein. Weeks 7 to 12, continue daily, maybe a second dose if needed, slightly increase activity, celebrate progress. By day 90, many report more balance, stamina, fewer aches, and greater confidence. Let's talk meaning. This is more than muscle. It's about dignity, joy, and inner strength. Your body is an ancient cathedral, weathered, beautiful, but needing care. You could ignore it or tend to it. That's what this ritual does. Each sip becomes a whispered act of self-care. You're saying, I may grow older, but I will not surrender to frailty. I'll build, I'll resist, I'll live with strength. And here's something few talk about, the quiet window. There are key periods, often in your 60s or 70s, when your body still responds dramatically. If you start now, the results multiply. If you wait, it's harder. Not impossible, but harder. So if you feel your strength slipping, this is your cue. Your window knocking. Can you take ingredients separately? Sure, but you'll lose synergy. Can it interfere with meds? Possibly. Always check. Can you take it in smoothies? Yes, but warmth helps absorption. Any downside? Very mild, mostly digestive adaptation. When will you see change? Usually 2 to 4 weeks for energy, 8 to 12 for strength. Let's pause and recap. Aging muscle loss is real. Coffee alone can't help. This blend, turmeric, black pepper, collagen, magnesium, leucine, adaptogens, D3, K2, and zinc, works together to restore muscle. Real people, Sophie, Alex, and Luca, regain strength. You can too with a simple daily ritual. Science supports it. Time is your ally if you start now. And now your mindset shift from old to growing stronger. You don't have to accept decline. You can choose nourishment, care, and agency. You're not chasing youth. You're honoring your present and future self. Let go of comparison and fear. Each small step counts. Here's your takeaway. You are not a passive body drifting toward weakness. You are a field of possibility. Each morning sip is your daily affirmation. I will not drift. I will build. To Sophie, Alex, Luca, and so many others, that scoop wasn't magic. It was belief, a refusal to give up. You can have that too. As you close this video, I hope you feel that quiet spark, the will to care for yourself again. If you enjoyed this, stay with us here at Wisewell. Subscribe, tap the bell, and share your story in the comments. Tell me your wins, your doubts, your progress. I read every one. May your coffee be warm, your spirit bright, and your muscles awakened. Here's to the mornings where you wake, stir, sip, and whisper to yourself, I am not done yet.
Hold up if you care about your health. Don't skip this. Healthy Buddy's top picks are Here Clean. Trusted products that help you feel better every day. More energy, better sleep, stronger you. Check them out now, your body will thank you.